Hey, you guys. Good morning. All right. So, I'm going to make some French toast for meal prep, but I thought that this would be a good opportunity to chat and do some updates. First thing I need though is my cup of I can do it today, okay? So, for the past like 2 months, I've been making a similar drink every day. I started using this Bloom stuff. I saw it on social media, and this one is the pre workout. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I've used other, like, I don't work out, but energy drinks don't work very well for me. And one of the reasons I think they give me the jitters, and I think they just have a bunch of crazy stuff in them. But I was looking at this and the list of stuff. So, just so you know, it's the high energy pre workout stuff, and I have it in two flavors. But this one has like vitamin C, B6, B12, calcium, sodium, L-tyrosine, green leaf, L-theanine, rhodiola, tooth club moss extract, and a couple other things too. And so I have found that this is awesome for me. Um, and then the other thing I've been using is this Super Greens Power Blend. It's got beets, celery, wheatgrass, barley, broccoli, kale, spinach, and spirulina, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And it doesn't really give like the dietary vitamins on it. It just says how much of like each it kind of has in it, kind of the stuff that I read to you. But I love beets and the greens too. So I just have been doing it's one scoop is the supposed to be amount, but I've just been doing half a scoop. And then this is one scoop too, but I only do half a scoop. And then I add some moringa powder. Listen, y'all. Moringa. I think, I'm pretty sure moringa, in addition to having a little boost of energy, moringa has been kind of a game changer. And if y'all want to talk about that, like, I'm totally down for that. You'll have to let me know because, um, yeah, I love it. Anyways, and I always mix it with soda water. And I saw this soda water, and for it's backwards, this is sunshine flavored soda water. And I was like, um, I definitely want some sunshine in my life. Like, who doesn't? So I had to try it out. And if you're not a big sparkling water drinker or whatever, just kind of like an essence. These don't have any actual like flavor, I would say. It's just kind of an essence, but I like the fizz, and this is how I don't drink actual soda, is making stuff like this. Because I do like the fizziness of it. Sorry, hopefully you can hear me, but I have to mix it really, really good with all that stuff in there, or else I get a big mouthful at the bottom. Anyway, the essence of it reminds me of Otter Pops. You know, and it's funny because Otter Pops, they all have like a flavor, I guess, but the essence of them is all the same. And so I used to love the blue one the best, that one, or cherry. I love cherry. I'm a cherry fan. Um, Kitty, be quiet. Anyways, it definitely reminded me of childhood Otter Pops experiences. So, super funny. Anyways, I am definitely a fan of soda water. Sparkling water, if you want to be fancy. Anyway, that's my daily drink. I don't need the zoomies, y'all. I just need a good cup of I can doozies. Okay, I'll be right back and we'll get started. Okay, I'm back with some ambiance, y'all. Feast your eyes. Okay, so the first thing, I'm heating up my pan for my French toast. But before that, I wanted to show you, if you were here for the pineapple, I kind of started to tell you guys about my pineapple a couple videos ago. And so this is how it's rooting. Now, it has little hairs on there, but I'm not sure if those hairs are like moldy or if they are, actually, I don't think they are that. Okay, so this is the other thing. I was wondering if they're actually like little pieces of, let's see, little pieces of the root system, and I think they are because I can kind of see, although, well, there you can see some of the fuzzies on there, but I think they're part of the root system. Anyway, I'm going to wash it today. That's what I'll do. Just rinse it off and give it fresh water, but the water looks really clean. So it's good. Anyway, okay, so I'm just going to show you real quick. I did save the other one that I had from the short, chubby pineapple. And I did the same thing that I did with the last one, but I think this one was already too far past its prime. Anyway, what you do is you hold the pineapple and just twist off the top, and it'll twist right off, and then you'll have a little end that might have some pineapple still on it, and you just cut right above that so that you end up with a flat cut surface. Then I left it for a couple days and dried it out. Then what you do, I don't want to do this over my food, but what you do is you peel off all these little tiny pieces. You peel and peel and peel until you get basically a stump. And what's interesting is there's still moisture on this one, so I think it should be fine. So anyway, so you peel and peel and peel until you have a bit of a stump. It looks like there are already kind of roots coming up on here. So just keep going and going, and oh, these are still good and green. So that's good news. That's like a really good sign. Okay. Sorry, the camera's really close. Anyway, you keep peeling up and up, and I'm going to go all the way up, like past these until I get to the green. And then I'll be right back. That's what I'm going to do. Hold on. Okay. So I've cleaned it off. I have my little stump. There's a little hole in there. I don't know if it matters. We'll find out. Now, it does have this little stuff around the bottom on this one, and I'm wondering if those are the beginning of roots or if they will work for roots. So I'm just going to leave them. We're going to try it, and if it doesn't work, then we'll try a different way. So anyway, okay. So, and then I have this glass. Easy Sunsets. Her question was, where do I find these glasses? I found this at Smith's. And so I don't know what the sister facilities are of Smith's, maybe Albertsons, Safeway. You would have to look it up to see what's in your area. But it's a grocery store with a, what is it called? Like floral part, like a floral department in there. So probably any grocery store with a floral department. Yesterday I was at Publix and they had very similar jars. This is just as a hyacinth glass, and hyacinth, when I bought it, the hyacinth bulb was in this part, and then it had the pretty hyacinths blooming. And so I ended up with 4 of these jars with the blooming hyacinth in them, and then I just saved the jars. you could take the hyacinth bulb out if you're able to find it. Take the bulb out and just plant it, or wait a couple more weeks and they die. And then, but they're an annual, so they'll keep coming back. And I had taken the hyacinth bulb out in my truck for some reason, and it started trying to bloom in the winter time, like in the springtime, in the console in my truck, and it didn't even have water or anything. So they seem to be pretty resilient bulbs. All to say, you could probably plant them, and the aroma of hyacinth is out of this world. It smells so good. And so I was actually gonna try to make perfume with them, and I messed it up. I needed to do it a different way, so it went rancid. All to say, these are called hyacinth jars, as far as I know. But at Publix, there was something else in a jar that was very similar. It could have been something like bamboo or something like that. So, anyway, just look at the grocery store if you have one near you that has a floral department for something like this or similar. But especially if you have a Smith's, I always find these in the springtime at Smith's when I lived in Nevada area. So, hopefully that helps. Anyway, so all I did, I made the stock. Now, there were a couple things that caught my attention about this pineapple specifically, is that these little spots on the leaves, look, it looks like that one is a heart. These little spots on the leaves worry me a little bit, because I was wondering if there's some kind of yuck that I really don't want on my plants. I don't know. So I'm just going to see how this thing does in the water. We'll see if it sprouts. And so I'll just stick it right in there. Now, kitty, this one goes down much further, and remember with this one I told you guys I didn't put it all the way in water. I think one of the edges was touching the water, but then the water was very just right below it. So this I feel like is too much water, so I'm just going to dump some out. Okay, so it's just barely touching the water. And I scrubbed that as good as I can. That's what we're working with. So it's just barely touching the water, and we'll see how it does. So we'll check in on it in a couple days. I'm going to rinse this one out and give it some fresh water today. Okay. I'm going to start making my egg batter or whatever for my French toast. So this is not a tutorial. I'm just making French toast for my meal prep. It's an easy thing for me to just grab, and fortunately I am finally back on my deficit, and so I am down 9 pounds, I think, from my heaviest weight. And I don't know how that, other people do deficit, but for me, it's just eating small amounts at a time. Your stomach is only as big as your fist. So, with that in mind, I am I way overeat. And so a couple years ago, I started eating small amounts, but 5 or 6 times a day, and I lost a ton of weight, and pretty quickly too, quick enough that I needed to go to the doctor real quick and just make sure everything was all right, and it was. But I went through some stress, and I was eating out a lot because we were dealing with sports, and we were busy. And I started eating out, getting fast food, and I gained all of the weight back. And so that was like really hard because I was so proud of the weight that I lost, and then now I'm like, you know, all my clothes aren't fitting right, and so yeah. So anyway, all to say, I found that doing meal prep helps me a lot to stay on task with my weight loss stuff. So I love doing that. So I'm not making it sweet or savory. I am just doing egg, and I use oat milk, like half a cup, maybe a little over half a cup of oat milk, and about 4 eggs, as you saw. But I just leave mine plain. Then if I want them sweet, I can put jelly on it. Dang it. Bloopers. That's what my channel really should be called, because you know what? I'm always over here just winging it, you guys. I don't know what's going on. It's just, we're here for it, right? Okay. So anyways, yes, I'm not making it sweet or savory or anything like that, because I can have it with jelly, or I can have it with an egg or something. Or the other day, I tried savory oatmeal, and I have steel cut oats that I have in my apocalypse preservation kit. My dry food. Just like a bag of steel cut oats. I put those in there, and then I put in like salt and pepper, and I chopped up a piece of sausage and put that in there with an egg. What is that called when you put it in boiling water? Poached egg in there, so it was like all nice and yummy. And that was interesting, because it's just recently occurred to me that I can do savory oatmeal, and I actually really like oatmeal. I'm definitely an oatmeal fan. But I'm not a sweets person, so I would be more likely to eat oatmeal like at dinner time or something like that, like as a snack, midday snack, something like that, more than I would eat it for breakfast, because I don't like sweet stuff for breakfast. Hold on. Okay. um anyway, I like the idea of the oatmeal, because like I have grits, and I like the grits with like eggs and sausage, or eggs and bacon in it. But the problem for me is that it's not a problem per se. But if it's not, like, I guess I like to eat for nutrients, not just to fill a void. So I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing has nutritional value. So, and that's one of the reasons why there's been all this stuff for me with the bread. Like, even now I'm using sourdough bread, and it is store-bought, y'all, because the sourdough thing, if you know, you know, okay? The sourdough thing did not go great. But, Kitty, stop. It's raining outside, and it's my fault. All my fault. And he's telling me about it. Anyway, I like to try to make sure that I'm eating for nutrients rather than just trying to fill a void. So there's a lot of things that are nutritionally like void, and that's how I feel about grits. Like, I think I have them, and they're really good with like jambalaya, and I love them with shrimp and grits and stuff like that. But very rarely would I would eat it very rarely, because I just don't see corn as being like a super nutrient dense base of my breakfast. But anyway, so the oatmeal, I feel like I would get a lot more out of that. And so yes, I did try that a couple days ago, and it was really good. So anytime that it rains here, like, we're desert people, right? We're desert folk over here living in Tennessee. And so anytime there's like a storm or something, my animals don't know what to do. Like, there's panic, and Rex is fine. My brown dog, he's fine. He's always fine. Like, he's always just fine. He's so easy. But the other two don't do well with it. And so this morning, I woke up to my dogs peeking at me over the edge of my bed. And one of them, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. One of them had to go potty. Rex had to go potty. But Lucky is scared of the thunder and the lightning. And so he was like, Mom, can I come get in bed with you? he ended up coming into the bathroom when I was in the shower because it started thundering and it scared him. And so, and my bathroom's not that big. So I had this big old 100-pound dog taking up my whole floor in the bathroom because he's scared. Kitty? He's scared of his own farts, you guys. That has caused us big problems. My stove is down a little bit too low. Last year, he had gas really bad. He had gas really bad, and what happens is he gets scared and he tries to run away from the fart monster, is what we call it. Anyways, he went running off, flying over the edge of the bed, I guess, and broke his toenail. And I had to take him to the vet. And even though they numbed it and gave him shots and everything, they ended up having to rip it off. And he felt it. And so now he's traumatized. And I can't get him to, like, calm down when he's scared, or, like, the fart monster or thunder and lightning and stuff like that. He does, and even like what's it called when they're lighting off fireworks, he'll get scared. He just freaks out. I don't even want to leave them alone at all. Ow. This is taking a really long time. Come on. I don't even want to go out or not be home with them when stuff like that is going on, fireworks and stuff, not because of Rex really as much. He used to be scared, but I was able to talk him through that, and now we have no problem. So we worked through that. But Lucky, I can't get anywhere with it, and he freaks. Like, he gets scared and jumps and runs, and I mean, he's not frantic usually, but oh my goodness. And so yeah, like, we just have to be super careful. Poor guy. Anyway, yeah, peeking at me over the side of the bed. Mom, can I come and get in bed with you? Rex was like, please let me out, or you're gonna have a mess to clean up, and you can't be mad at me. I was like, okay, cool. So anyways, I've been up since like 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning, whatever that was. And I am so tired. I tried to go to bed early last night, and I just wasn't sleeping great. And then yeah, I got woke up super early this morning after not sleeping great last night. And so it's just weird day for me. And I've been up for hours, but it's really gloomy out too. So it feels like it's still like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, even though it's probably like closer to 11. So anyway, yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to work on these and I'll be back. Okay. All right. It took me a minute to get the heat right in my big old honking pan. This thing is huge, y'all. It's a big one. Anyway, these look so pretty. I wanted to show you. I love when they get golden brown. So, let's see. Okay, golden brown. For me, that's perfect. I love that. and they're cooked all the way through, but they'll still have good moisture. So the cat has been completely silent. And I will say, like, this is sourdough bread, and I love the flavor and also the texture of making French toast out of sourdough bread. Like I said, like, this is just store-bought bread. Oh my gosh. Kitty, stop. I promise he was completely silent until I got back on here. Um, because sourdough can be chewy and also crumbly. And so making it into the French toast gives it a really good texture. But I also feel like it would be good with like sandwiches this way or something like that. Like, of course, we have like sausage and egg sandwiches or whatever with French toast, like, you know, or I don't know if other people have done that, but I have. But I even mean like, I don't know, probably some kind of fancy sandwich. But it just gives it more structure because the sourdough falls apart kind of easily, especially after it gets a couple days old. And over here in the South, we have to, well, in California and places like that too, that have, in like Sacramento area, we had to keep it in the fridge. But out here, we have to keep our bread in the fridge because it'll go bad super fast because of humidity. Tennessee isn't as bad as South Carolina was, but still. Anyway, so that'll make it get crumbly and not usable even sooner. Like, you know, I toast it sometimes, but then it gets, I have to use my air fryer because I got rid of my toaster. So then sometimes it's too crispy that way. So anyway, yeah, the crumbles of it all. Okay, French toast is all done, but I wanted to show you this. So I don't know if you were with me for repotting my aloe, but this is all new growth here. And then there's new growth here. Let me see. I'm trying to see. There's another sprout. And then it seems like there was one more. Oh, there's right there. There's another one. And then this is just so nice. It's really coming in nice and looking good and thick and healthy. So very exciting. Yes, it's looking great. All right. So I think that's all I got to tell you for today. I don't have anything else to show you at the moment, but thank you for hanging out with me. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the comments.